Welcome to YCA PUSH. So, we are starting YCA PUSH. Now, New Year is coming. 2024 is coming, and many people are believing in the resolutions. So, whenever you talk about resolutions, you will talk about self discipline, what to do, what not to do, so many things. But time is a crucial resource. We need to respect time. We can have our priorities, how we are investing our time and energy. That is a big thing. Now, you can have talent in anything and you can be extraordinary, but you have to put the effort. So that's why YCA Push will help you whenever you are feeling alone, whenever you are feeling that nobody is understanding you. You yourself can believe in yourself, and there will be YCA Push. So sometimes we feel like whether we should do it or not, but often we forget or don't give much consideration to the human being we have made ourselves, or what we have become, what we can become, and how we evolve or get better during the process or the journey. So, clarity and confusion. Now, investing in self is one of the best investments you can make in your life. Then, if you choose to do the profession you really love, you can enjoy yourself and people can enjoy too. You know, it can be art, it can be science, it can be business, anything you choose to do. You can choose to be an artist, you can choose to be a scientist, you can choose to be a business leader. But it's about the mindset. You are not compromising with mediocrity. You want to achieve great things. Maybe people around you, maybe people who are very close in your social circle, they are not understanding that. That doesn't mean that you don't have to pursue that goal. You don't have to pursue that path. You can do that. You can separate yourself from the rest. Not an isolation they are wanting you to have, not that kind of isolation, but something like you are spending time with yourself, a quality time. You are enjoying your own company. So that is really important. That time you can invest in developing yourself. Maybe you are introspecting, maybe you are reflecting, maybe you are learning from your own mistakes, whatever you have done in the past. It can be near past, it can be something a long time back you did a mistake and suddenly you are gathering some wisdom from that. Some situation happened and that is acting as a catalyst. So that is helping you to gather some wisdom from a very old experience. Can be because lifelong learning, we can cultivate that attitude of lifelong learning, and situations are coming, things are happening, people are coming and going from our lives, and we are learning all the time. So we can achieve great things in life, but someone else can tell you that you can't do it. You can live in denial, choosing mediocrity with a lot of compromises, or you can harness your potential. So you have two options. You can choose mediocrity, you can live in denial, and you can do a lot of compromises, or you can harness your potential, either alone or with a mentor or a group of mentors. So it starts with small compromises, and you gradually tend to lose that self esteem, and that self esteem is such an important thing. So your self esteem is really important and you need to respect it. When none will be with you, you can be with yourself. You don't have to step in the way of your own success. Rather, you can take responsibility for your life, for the things you do. Now, often we form a habit of learned helplessness. Actually, we are not helpless, but the situation is becoming overwhelming. So we are thinking that we are helpless. So that's a situation of learned helplessness. And gradually, if we don't take the right actions, we can form a habit of learned helplessness. Now, action is the cure. You have to understand. Progress is the cure. Action is the cure. You can take action and you can achieve things. It can start with a small progress, but you will be in the right direction. And guess what? You can guide others You can guide yourself, you can guide others, you can help people in need. They might be coming to you, you might see somebody suffering in front of you, and you can lend a helping hand. So, human spirit is really powerful, really powerful. Now, we say that faith can move the mountains and we can climb the mountains too. So, we can choose to do great things, and it can be a way of life. If you form a good habit of doing great things, you will not compromise with mediocrity. And whatever little thing you do, you will continuously push yourself to do great things. It can be any profession, it can be anything you do. Something really great, something enormous, or it may be a tiny little thing you are pursuing, you are doing, but you are putting your effort. Now, then also, when you cultivate that habit of doing great things, when investing in great things, so what you will do is you will understand your priorities. What is urgent? What is important? What is necessary? Uh, do I have to do this thing at this moment, or I can do it later too? What is important? What is the urgency of this thing? What is the importance of this thing? Should I put my effort into this, or can I delegate it to someone else? Many questions. But if you have the good habits in place, then you can take great decisions. You can solve the problems in really creative ways, or you can have a great team, having diversity, inclusion, equity. You are respecting your team members, you are respecting the decisions, and sometimes you have to be autocratic. Sometimes you have to take the calls because you know that nobody else is going to make those calls. They won't be able to make those decisions or take those decisions. So sometimes you have to do those things, and management calls for that. But when to do that, when not to do that, you will learn that too. So we as humans, we can have an emotional need, and there is nothing wrong about it. But we can be aware of the good emotions and the bad ones. Not a judgmental attitude, but we can be aware of the good emotions and the bad ones. Now, then you will know how to respect emotions, and you can express with those emotions too. So, it is not something suffocating, whether you are playing an instrument, whether you are doing drama, whether you are performing, whether you are writing, whether you are doing something else, different leadership positions, different leadership styles, different leadership situations, whatever be the thing. You know how to express your emotions, because ultimately we are human beings, you know. So some may play with your emotional needs, and you will be strong enough to manage that too. Now, many people call it emotional intelligence. There are other names as well. But you understand, when you know those things, you are aware of those things, you have cultivated the good habits, and you know what to invest in, what not to. So you will be strong enough to manage that too. And many people will criticize you for that, because they will criticize you no matter what, whether you do something great, whether you don't do something, either way you will be criticized, you know. But we can have a rest that is earned. So doing something great, it will give you exhilaration too. When you are doing something great, it is not only like just you're doing it for the sake of doing it. If you really love that, if you really want to do that thing, you are pushing, you are doing, you are achieving things, it will give you exhilaration. And we will motivate ourselves to do more of it, more great things, great ideas, making progress, doing something great for the society, helping people. Now, I have been told for a while that this is this, that is that. I never did it in my life, you know, but that is very anti education by its nature, because education, especially in the educational environment, what you can do is you can have different opinions, you can have different people giving different voices, uh, different people coming up with different perspectives. Then maybe when you're doing something, depending on the work culture, depending on the higher management or the mission or vision or the statement of the company, you are doing particular things because they have certain values and principles. Based on that, you are doing something in some way. And when you are doing your own venture, then you can figure out what you want your employees to have, what you want your employees to follow. So you can do those things to make the venture run in a better way, to do something in a better way or in a more efficient way, or the way you want to achieve, not harming others, but it's a win-win solution, if I say so. So I have been told for a while that this is this, that is that, with failure, of course. But glad I knew better. So it can be a learning too, especially when someone tells you that is that, this is this, something like that, and then tells you uh, that you are wrong or what is wrong in whatever you are doing. Either they can tell you directly or via etc. people, or intermediaries. I really feel pity for those people. Sometimes they're energy suckers, sometimes they're emotion suckers, and your emotions are consisting of energy. So it is like they are trying to take you through a wrong detour and then blame you for it. So again, clarity and confusion, clarity and confusion. So how will you know? That's why you need to trust yourself. Even when you are wrong, why you are wrong, if you know it better than anyone else, then obviously you can take better decisions for yourself and for others. And that's how leadership is formed. That's how leaders are made. That's how someone becomes a leader. The situation arises and how you behave in that situation, how you take action. And those things can make you a leader, transform you into a greater leader. So, this is to all the people who want to achieve great things, who help others to achieve great things, uh, my friends all over the world, and we can do it together. We can inspire each other. So, if I do something, you can revert back, you can give your comments, and we can learn from each other. And YCA Push will push you to do great things a bit more, a lot more if needed. It will push you to do great things. For more like this, subscribe to YCA You Can Achieve.